Growing up, I had dreams and aspirations, but always felt like the kid that didn't fit in. For the most part, I wasn't a bad kid, but when I made the transition into adulthood, I turned to the streets for guidance. This led to getting locked up in juvenile hall, doing time in CYA, and eventually a 120-month sentence in federal prison. I had a lot of time to think and reflect during my federal sentence, so I share with you what I learned, hoping I can positively influence someone else's life with Prison Talk.
What's up, everybody? Big Herc, Prison Talk. You tuned into another episode. I have with me here John Paul. This man has stories on top of stories. He's been through a lot. And you guys are always asking, all kinds of questions, but this man has a lot of things I think that we need to dive into as far as, his life experiences. And I remember one of the things we had talked about was you had a green light put on you, man. And for those who don't know, what is a green light and how that all come about?
Green light is like a hit, they put a light in green light that, Mexican mafia. I was selling, I had one of my drivers down in Sepulveda, North Hills, selling dope, and they came up and someone hit them up. Well, you can't be selling dope down here. Who? And they said, well, I'm selling for it, and they give them my card. And they end up getting a hold of me and say, well, what's up, you gotta pay I don't pay taxes, I don't pay, I never have, I never will. And they did some research on me, and like I said, I grew up on Orion Street, and that's in Sepulveda. It used to be when it was North Hills was Sepulveda. That's where it all, there was Orion, Langdon, and Columbus. That's like the worst streets in the whole San Fernando Valley. And that's where I grew up. I went to Langdon Elementary, Sepulveda Junior High, and Monroe High School. And that, and then, but I knew the homies and everything. Back when I grew up, my best friends were brothers and Mexicans. That's the way we grew up back then in the 70s. And, that's the way it was. It wasn't, and they just did some research, and I would, their homie, their people, they would, they would get out, I would know them. I'd kick them down, here, get started, whatever, a quarter, 8 ball, whatever, help them out. Or they get busted, and they would, hey, I'm going to send this chick over to get something. She's going to bring it. No problem, bro. Give him a quarter ounce, take to his man, and, I don't know how they're getting it in there, but, if he asks me, I'm going to take, I had it like that. No big deal. And they just said, hey, this is a good dude right here. He's taking care of the homies. You know what I mean? So that's just, they just, didn't push no.
So once they found out who you were and did some background, they knew that you're a solid dude. And
I'm taking care of their homies, bro.
So back during that time, when, selling drugs, people had certain territory. You couldn't just run around, if somebody came into you guys' neighborhood selling drugs thinking that somebody wouldn't find out.
Well, that's how it is, but I never had that problem. Like I said, I never cut dope. I always used good dope, and that was my job to find the best dope. A lot of times your dealers, they're connected, and they can only buy from their people. If their people got a batch of some bunk shit, they got to get rid of it. And if you got the best stuff, I'm going to you. But if your stuff starts getting a little weak, I'm going to him.
Oh, okay.
Whoever's got the best. I never tied into, like one person, committed. I'm not a gang member. I'll never be. I'm a Wood. I represent San Fernando Valley. That means, there is white gang guys, but but I'm not a gang member. I am from San Fernando Valley. I run with the San Fernando Valley. I represent San Fernando Valley. I'm a Wood. But I'm not a gang member. I've never been, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them, but I'm just not one. I don't. To me, I don't know. It just.
You're more of a businessman.
That's it. I'm a hustler.
A hustler.
Whatever.
So you do it everybody.
Whatever's in demand, and and whoever's got the best dope. And that's why my connection would always make sure he found the best dope. My two biggest connections, they would, because I'm going to them. And I was selling big time dope, big dope. So,
Hey, some deep stuff, man. A lot of people don't, they don't realize how serious the game is. And, you know, usually when you have a green light or something put on you, man, that means that, you know, your life's in danger.
Yeah, especially being in jail with them
Yeah.
at that time. Yeah, but just who I am. You know, I'm a good man, and like I said, I take care of the homie. You know, I take care of the homies, bro.
Yeah.
They ask for something, if I got it, easy come, easy go. That's how I live my whole life. Take care of all my, you know, always had 3 or 4 friends living with me, paying all the bills. You know, but they're helping me, but that's how it's always been. Easy come, easy go, bro. You know what I mean? And just like I said, if you have that best dope, you're the man. You're the main man. If you use dope and you like, hey, homeboy's got the best dope, they're calling you. I used to have people tell me, man, I've been waiting 7 hours, fucker, but I'm gonna wait because you got, you know, because you get stuck. You know, I'd be at my house remodeling or fixing on my cars, and I'll be there. I
7 hours
there
later,
like 5 in the morning at the hotel, but they waited. They would cuss me out. You're on JP's time, John Paul's time. But you know, it made me feel, you know, like, you know, you could have went somewhere else. But, you know, like me, when I, you know, do dope, I want good dope.
Yeah. Hey, there you have it, man. Green light off, you know. Big Herc, Prison Talk with John Paul.
Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.